So now we're going to have fun and apply some of these gradients that we've learned how to create to typography and text. So let's go ahead and select our text tool. All this will apply in Photoshop as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do, let's do my name. Seems simple enough. Let's go ahead and make it bigger. Let's pick out a font we like. This is always the hardest thing to do. Oop, I like that. Oop. Let's go back to where we were. So many options. What is a gradient going to look good with? Usually bolder works really well. Script looks really well. I really like that one I selected. I need to find out where that is. That was a great one. I think it was around this area. For right now, let's go ahead and click. Let's do a nice bold type because you're going to be able to see, especially the metallic, a little bit easier. So I'm going to go ahead and right click to apply a gradient. You're going to have to create outlines. So right now this is live editable text. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and I'm going to create outlines. Or you can go to object and create outlines. So I'm just going to go ahead and right click, create outlines. Okay, so now it's no longer editable. So now I'm able to apply a gradient to the text. That's an important step because if I were to take the live text and go ahead and try to sample this, it wouldn't do anything. So I right clicked and I created outlines. So let me go ahead and take my eyedropper tool. Let's go ahead and do the metallic. So I went ahead and selected the metallic, and when you have a font or a type that's been outlined, when you select a gradient, let me select another one so you can kind of see what happened. So what happens is each letter is going to have the gradient. It's not going to go ahead and be across the whole thing. Each letter is going to have the beginning of the color and the end of the color, and it's going to start over. And that can look a little messy and dated and busy. So go ahead and select your name and select the gradient tool. And you're going to do what we've done before. And let's do a nice blending across the entire name. So I'm going to go ahead and click the mouse and drag. And we're going to create a nice blending. So isn't that much nicer and more modern? Let me actually take away this third color all out of the middle. I'm just dragging it down. It just automatically deletes it. Boom. Let's make this a little more vibrant. Just like that. Perfect. So let's go ahead and play. And sometimes with font, that's kind of neat because it looks like the highlights. Let me make this bigger. It looks like the highlights are coming from the top. So it almost looks very natural with the highlights starting on the top. Let me let that blend longer. There we go. I wonder what a radial look would look like. And notice when I click on radial, it's going to reset it. So now each letter has its own gradient. Let's go ahead and click on the name. Let's do a nice blend across and get rid of that. So sometimes linears can kind of be neat because now I can have a highlight here. Looks like almost like the sun is hitting this angle. So that's how you do that. So let's do kind of, I kind of like radial. Let's go linear. Just kind of get it how I like first. Okay, so let's get some live text again. This is my headline. I'm just going to type some kind of generic text. Let's make this smaller. So we're going to make this bigger. And let's do a beautiful script font instead. How about this one? And I'm going to copy and paste since I know I like that one. I'm going to keep that there, and let's see if I can find something better. And if I can't, I already like the one that I selected. I really want a script font. So I think script and gradients can look really beautiful. How about this one? Let's see if a lowercase t looks better. Yes, that does look better. All right, that's great. I'll put that to the side, but let me work on this for right now. So, like always, we need to, before we can apply gradients, let's right click and create outlines. Now I can apply a gradient. Let's go ahead and take our eyedropper tool and let's see what this one looks like. And it applied it to each letter. We don't want that. I mean, maybe you do, but I think it looks better if you go ahead and blend it the whole way like that. I really love our pink. Let's keep doing this pink. So So you can kind of see a very nice graduation of the color. I kind of like going at angles with linear, just kind of like that. So it's not just straight across. So that's kind of how I created that. Of course, you can do this with gold. You can make it gold. So let's go ahead and make this smaller. Put that to the side. Copy and paste. Make this bigger. Let's get our blue gradient there. And let's see what this looks like. Let's do kind of a tighter blend. I don't want blue, I kind of want gold. So let me go ahead and select this. I'm going to go to Edit Colors. I'm going to let's see. Let's go to Adjust Color Balance and see if we can get it kind of like a brown gold color. So we're just kind of adjusting. That is getting close. Of course, you want to add texture too. If you want to go online and find a texture to overlay it, you could do that as well. That's what's very popular nowadays to do. Let's click OK. It's kind of more of a brownish gold. But if you ever want to experiment with more metallics, you can go to your gradient panel, or actually your color swatch panel. And you can go to your library, which is this icon right here, and you can import gradients. So let's see, all these different gradients are already created for you if you're not really sure what to do. If you go to metals, that's going to kind of load some metallic for you. So let's go ahead and click on, that's silver, gold. I'm looking for a very vibrant gold. Oh, that's a little crazy. You can always download gradients and load them to your library as well on Photoshop and Illustrator. It's kind of a quick gold, but I'm going to create my own gradient for this last one. I'm going to go back to my gradient panel. And I can't find it. Where'd it go? No problem. Go to Window, and we'll find it again. There it is. Let's experiment with the color here. Just kind of see all the knowledge we've learned in this class. See what we can create. Let's do a blue one. So what I'm going to do is I really like this blue. I want to keep it in the blue family. So I'm going to click on this blue and I'm going to click next to it, and it's going to sample that color. So now when I double click it, I don't have to adjust too much to get a color I like. And this is where it's going to be all an experimental game. I dragged that down, it deleted it. So let's do a radial. Let's do a radial blend. Oops. Let's bring this over to the right, so now it's kind of got a normal transition. Okay, so you can see how you can kind of experiment. Apply this gradient to this color as well. That's linear, so we're just going to have it blend, so you can kind of have fun with this.